Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gigi. So we got some stuff. We are going to do the Leo mouth today, but we're going to use some of this stuff. We've got these two new, I guess you could call them pat gels, but they're painting gels and they're very thick. So I think they're going to work really well for pat gels. I'm just showing you how much I really like the packaging that it came in. I'm a sucker for good packaging. So we've got a white one and a black one. Let's go ahead and pop these open. This is all just brand new stuff to me. They're not like replacements or anything. So I'm going to give you my first impressions today. And over time, I will let you know if they become something that I love. And of course, at the end of the year, we do a favorites and fails. So we will definitely talk about them again then. So as you can see, it's pretty smooth, and it is. It's very nice. I should have dipped in a little bit more. I should have also loaded a brush to try it on. I didn't. So I saw that one just laying there, and I thought, well, if it covers up this stamping and you can't see the stamping through it, I'm going to know it's pretty opaque. So I thought, let's go for it. Now we're going to go ahead and open the black, and this is the one that we're going to be using today. And look, it is like jet. It is gorgeous. The white one was a little firmer. The black one has a little more bounce. So that was really interesting, the difference in the textures. But look at the smoothness. Look at how opaque it is. You're going to want to be careful using this so you don't get wrinkling. So I'm not going to cure this, so I'm not worrying about being super thin, but I would think thin coats if you're going to use it that way. That's not what it's for though. So we're going to do some painting with it in a little bit. That box just ripped right up, but we're also going to use this 3D art gel. It is pretty, but I have thoughts and we'll discuss them. But again, this is my first impression thoughts. I'm going to get to know the product better and have more fun with it. Now, I opened this one just because I wanted to see the color of the black, but we are not going to use the black today. And I just wanted to see what the consistency was like straight out the gate. It's got more of a Play-Doh sort of vibe to it. It's not like I have the other Savlon 3D gel, and it's a completely different feeling. And you'll see that in a minute when we make the mouth. This has got like you pulled out a little thing of Play-Doh. And those are the colors that we're going to be working with today. The red, the orange, and the yellow, because we're going to be making a Leo mouth. And so we're going to do like a fire mane, okay? While we paint these nails, guys, let me, tiny story time. In case you didn't notice, there was 2 Fridays in a row where there was no video. The first one is that I really messed up, and I accidentally somehow completely deleted all the footage for the original Leo mouth that I made. If you'd like to see that, go over to my shorts feed, or shorts on my page. This is that other gel. Let me just talk about that really quick. This is the gel we're going to make the mouth out of, and you can see it's completely different consistency than the Play-Doh, and that's what I'm going to call it from now on. It's Play-Doh. So while I make this mouth, you have seen me make a lot of mouths, so I'm going to go ahead and talk through this, okay? I deleted all that footage, and like I was saying, if you want to see that, the pictures are up, and they are in my shorts. And YouTube, for some reason, refuses to show it to anyone. So if you went to go check it out, I would not be upset about that. So thank you. And it's fabulous, by the way. And it's exactly the same and totally different at the same time. So go check it out. I think you'll like it. Um, the other reason, and honestly, the reason why I think that the first problem happened, that the footage deletion fiasco happened, is that it's really, really hot here. Like, so hot that my tiny little wall air conditioner cannot keep up with it. And like, we're talking 114 almost every day. And my house gets really hot and it's really affecting me. So I'm kind of at my wit's end, honestly. Headache, nausea, not feeling very hungry, not sleeping very good. And my brain is just not thinking clearly because of all of that. So the first Friday, there was no video because I lost the footage. And the second Friday, because I just couldn't get this second set done. I was so tired and just not able to think straight. So I just had to take a couple days. And that's what I did. And then I was able to create this set and I really like it. Like I said, it's the same as the other one, but it's very different as well. So now what we're doing on this orange nail is making the constellation. It's super simple. Some constellations are a little more complicated, but this one is very, very simple. So I thought it would be pretty easy to execute. And I think it came out pretty cute. So really, you're just making the body and the outline of like the neck and the top of the head of the lion. And I'm pretty pleased with it. We're going to go ahead and connect the dots. That's really all it is. And then we'll come in and just strengthen our lines and then redot any of the dots that need to be redotted. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I was not happy with that line. So we're going to reline it and then come in with a little cleanup brush and get rid of that first line because it was a little too rounded. There we go. Look at that. So much better. This is a long video, guys, and I'm going to try so hard to stay talking the whole time. But, if anything crazy happens and I just can't keep going, I'll go ahead and just give you some music. But we're going to try to just get through it. But I also have an allergy nose today, so it's a lot. There you go. Not a little, it's a lot. So now that the lines are a little more straightened out, I'm going to come in and just reinforce these dots a little bit, make them a little better. And on the red nail, we're going to go ahead and come in and just make the Leo symbol, which is super easy. It's like a super curvy horseshoe sort of thing with some swirls on the ends, right? I did make full circles. You don't have to do that. You can just swirl it out a little. So personal preference on that. Whatever makes you happy, just flow with it, right? Everything doesn't have to be like everything, right? You can do your own vibe. You can do your own thing. And I saw so many different interpretations, and I found that I was really gravitating toward the ones that had the full circle on the end or the full swirl. So that's why I went in that direction. You just got to follow your heart. That's when your art, I think, is going to be something that really makes you happy in the end. Maybe not anyone else, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. Let's give our mouth some lipstick. I find this to be a very messy process. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not the best at it. Got a little sloppy with it, but that's okay. Cleanup brush is your friend. So just go ahead and get the lipstick on the lips, and you can come back and remove anything that's on the actual nail, like I'm going to do right now. See, just a little bit. Plus, the teeth are going to go right there. So, it's all going to be okay. Now, all I did was flatten out a little bit of the white gel, and this is not the Play-Doh gel. it is the same as the mouth is made out of. It's the same 3D non-stick blah 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 gel. When we get to the clay dough, we'll talk about its consistency, which is also a little sticky, but completely different than the stickiness that you get from this. It's, I both love it and am frustrated with it at the same time. So there's a learning curve, I imagine, but I feel like, and I've already tested putting it in the little 3D charm molds. I think that might be my favorite way to use it. So definitely I'm going to have a short coming up using it that way. So definitely watch out for that. So once we get the teeth just straightened out in the way we want them and nice and smooth, just come in and make some little dents for the teeth. Right? And that was too big. It wouldn't fit in there. I know you didn't really get to see that middle one that well, but you can see it now. And just this little tweezers worked really good to make those extra impressions. And then we're going to go ahead and cure that so I don't mess that part up when I put in the bottom teeth. Now, I couldn't show you this part on the top teeth because I was out of frame. So I wanted to put it in here. I just take a little bit of the gel and flatten it out. That's literally it. There's no, did you see how that went flying? That was so funny. There's no special certain treatment that you do, just a little flattening out and then press it into place. It doesn't have to go in perfectly when you first get it in there because you've got all your tools, right? You just manipulate it. The tool I'm using now is actually for like sculpting clay. And so it works really perfectly to press it into shape. And then I've got all those silicone tools as well, which really do work super well to smooth them out and to make specific shapes. So just try different things, like even the tweezers. That was just a stroke of, I need something small to go in this space, and it worked perfectly. So nice metal tools, silicone tools, they're all really acceptable. And, look around. You'd be surprised how many things you have handy that will really make a nice tool for your gel. And what I'm doing here is there's just a little too much teeth on the sides there. I want it to blend a little bit more. And so I'm just digging it out. I don't want to take out the whole tooth. I'm just taking out what I think is extraneous and getting rid of it. And then once we get it all out, we're going to re-smooth these teeth, put in our little dents, and get them cured. There we go. There we go. I was out of frame for that middle one. Sorry, but it is there. It is there. Now what I'm going to do is put some top coat on because early experiments showed me that the clay dough or Play-Doh, this stuff here, it doesn't stick. It doesn't like to stick. And it was sticking okay to the base coat, which is what I did. I just put base coat on the mouth. And what I'm doing here is just rolling out a thin, skinny rope. And we're going to do that for all three colors and then twist them together so that we get like a twisty marble. And that's going to give us the color variation that we want in our flame mane, because it does look like flames as a mane or just a mouth on fire, right? And it is a fire sign, so it's all perfect. My art is what I think it is, and it's also what you think it is. Now, here's what I was saying about the stickiness. It's different kind of sticky. You see how it leaves the color behind? It's just like Play-Doh. Play-Doh does the same thing. So that way you know what to expect. And it totally broke. I call that on my fault, though. I think I made parts of it a little too skinny. But this is the first time I've really worked with it. So, you know, there's a learning curve and room for error. But here we go. Just twist it. We're just twisting those three colors together to give us the color variation in our flames. And I've already done some playing around with 3D molds and marbling the colors together, like I said earlier, and I'm really pleased. So get ready. We're going to do a lot of 3D stuff. It's going to be so fun. And here we are. I'm just sticking them on there. I'm making the flame shapes, and also think of it like tufts of hair in the mane, right? And then I'm just pressing it into that sticky layer. The problem is that while the sticky layer is in the air over time, it seems to get a little less sticky. And of course, you're touching it here and there and removing some of it. So I had to keep reapplying in the empty areas so that I could continue to get the stickiness from it. So I struggled a little bit to get all of the mane on there. There is one other thing as well that I noticed. Once it's cured, it tends to have a little bit of brittleness to it. So not playing with it before you get it top coated is probably a great idea, because the top coat adds a little bit of strength. But there was some brittleness, and I did have a couple of my main sections break, and then I had to fix them. So this video was already getting really long, so I did not include that, but I did want to tell you about it, because I just thought, guys, it took so long to edit this video, and there's so much footage, because it's all a learning curve with this process and with this product. And just by the time I was getting to this point of the video, my eyes were crossing, right? And I was just like, oh my goodness. So I did not want to leave every bit, every mane tuft or every flame that however you want to interpret it. I just wanted to get the essence of the work out for you, and just leave some of the nitty gritty on the editing room floor. Now here we are with a little bit of a speed up, just so that you can see the process, but get through it a little bit quicker, because this is a little bit of a longer video for the channel. But even with the problems that I had, I want to say, all in all, the process of learning to use this was satisfying. The outcome was satisfying, and I think the mouth looks great. So it was worth the struggle I went through to get to the end product. And I imagine that the more I work with the product and learn what it's good at doing, I am going to be very pleased with my decision to get these, because there's a lot of great colors. There's a lot of ways you can mix these things together and just have a really good time. Now, I needed a little bit more than I had made, so I'm just showing you here that I rolled out a little bit more. And now we're going to just take the pieces and keep going with our mane. And I have skipped forward a little bit to keep showing you, but not, I know you don't want to see every single one. And if you do want to, let me know. I can make you a very specified every flame mane tuft video for anyone who wants to see that. And we can keep it slowed down and really just get into the nitty gritty of it. But I think the trend these days has been towards shorter videos. So, but let me know, guys. You know, I'm here to please. And I want you guys to get the content that you want because it's fun to make it for you, right? So now we're going to come in with the top coat on this mane because I didn't want to hit it or drop it and have any of the mane break off. And I just thought if I got it top coated that it would protect it more, right? Now what I'm doing is just really coming in thick with it so that I can get every nook and cranny with top coat on it. And that was a process. It really did take a lot to get every little bit of the mane completely coated in top coat. But you lose a bit of the detail when you have a thicker top coat. So what I'm going to do once I get everything done is come in with a small cleanup brush and just drag some of it back. Here we go. And I'm again getting into those nooks and crannies, and you want to get into the mouth and make sure you drag, because that's like a little, that could become a little lake in there, right? So, and of course gel likes to move and it can collect in there. So you want to really dig all that out and just make it all smooth. Now here's the last product we're going to look at today. This is my first product by Double Rhythm. And it's their matte top coat. And I wanted to try it today so that we could put some flames on and use chrome. And I just wanted to test and see, is it chrome resistant? And we will find that out in just a minute together. So we're just going to go ahead. Sorry, my nose is very, very unfortunate today. There you go. That's a good word for it. So we're just going to make our flame. And really, it's a U. It's a fancy U with a little flourish on it, right? And we're going to come up the sides here with some curvy lines just for smaller flame action, right? And I had originally thought that maybe because if you were to try to put that orange and red that the other nails are painted with on this black, it would look like a completely different color. So I thought I would put the white and then put the other colors on top. But again, that makes them more bright. So I thought, oh, chrome. We've got this Double Rhythm. Let's give it a try. So I'm going to do gold on the tips and red at the bottom. So now we've still got color variation going on. But look at that. Chrome resistant. Oh my goodness. So if you're looking for one, try the Double Rhythm. And I do want to say, I love the look of that matte. It's almost like a satin. So I might have to wear some matte nails because this is pretty. Here is the set. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with me on this longer video. I really, really like the chrome. I'm telling you that now. And I really like the set. I love how the mouth came out. Please go over and check out the short mouth and be sure to let me know which one you like better. I can't tell you which one I like better because honestly, I like them both for different reasons. And neither one do I like better than the other. But thank you so much for watching today. Rawr to all my Leo guys and gals. And we are going to see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much. Mwah. Bye-bye.